Welcome to Suzuka in the TCR. We are in the link for this race, starting off dead last and coming round turn 1. This is a short length race, so all manners of chaos is about to break loose, as well as we are greeted with a reactive blocker towards the end of this race. But as you can see, a couple of cars have gone off to build some sand castles, each to their own, of course. If you want to build some sand castles, you have at it. We have gained already 8 places and we've just gone through the S's, so we're going to try and catch up to the Elantra up in front. We have a ghosted Audi trying to make their way through behind. We'll be braking just before the 50 board, create a bit of stale area, and then pass these two Honda Civics to our left hand side, sometimes backing off, assessing the situation, creating a bit of stale area out like a safety curtain is quite beneficial. No idea what is going on there, but I guess that's going to be a few more places gained. Thankfully, the ghosting system actually kicked into life for that moment there. Sometimes it doesn't and is happy to destroy you. But yeah, not this time, guys. It actually worked. We're up to P7 now, so that was another 7 places gained from one corner alone. Absolutely insane. Cannot grumble, of course. I mean, we started off dead last and P7, and we're not even finished lap 1 yet. Whether it's going to carry on in our favour in that way, I don't know. Where's the Honda Civic going? Right in front of us. What? Got to watch out for that. I think that is going to bite us later on in the race. I really think it is. Catching up to the Wolfpacker cars up in front, we get to meet our nemesis of the race, which is the black car 2 cars ahead, which is the Lavore. The Lavore is what I will call a reactive blocker rather than defending, and you'll come to see why in a moment. Thing is, as we are working together to a certain degree, catching up to said cars up in front, we also have to be mindful of the car behind, that they are also not in a position to be able to fight us, because fighting and attacking can be quite difficult, especially at this track. It's easy to lose a position. Kind of interesting, really. It looks like the Lavore really pushed the MG off the track. The reason I say that is because they started off on the left and then finished on the right side of the track. It's a wide track, it's not a sharp corner, and while there was contact, I really don't think that you would have drifted out that far. Now, it's a bit funky that. The Elantra gained though. The Elantra played the situation off extremely well and obviously managed to overtake everybody and get to the front position. Now you can see the Lavore is reactively blocking the Honda Civic and using as much of the track as possible to make sure the Honda Civic doesn't pass. Many people know every other car besides the Lavore is faster than the Lavore. It is a slow, brutal machine, that Lavore. Now, some of you may criticize what I have just mentioned there about the Lavore blocking the Honda Civic, but hold on, we will be the next victim very, very soon, and it will all become very, very clear. Coming down the back straight though, we are under pressure from the Audi behind. Honda Civic is really going to aim for that move in a moment. Whether too wide through here is going to pay off, I don't know. Amazingly, the Lavore managed to stay on track. We backed out quite a bit. Audi managed to capitalize upon that, but we are side by side, surviving turn 1 into turn 2, and the Honda Civic rails us off the track. But it actually didn't. It's still on the track. For some reason, we got railed by the Honda Civic. The Honda Civic's still on the track. Not sure why that is still a thing, but we've lost the position and actually lost a substantial amount of time from the cars up in front. But thankfully, we were able to catch up. Speed racing 4-1-5-1 within the next lap, and you can see the cars not too far in front of them, which is really ideal. We're going to make back some ground, hopefully. I'd like to say though, Speed Racing has picked a really nice colour for that link. Yeah, got a really nice shine to it, especially at night. Looks absolutely superb. Going to go side by side of the link. Hopefully this link is faster than that link and we get a good run. At least we have the inside line almost ahead of them. How is this corner going to be? It's going to be dicey, I know that much. They've backed out. We've claimed the position. Pixel over the line and going to gain a 0.2 second penalty. Absolutely crazy, stewards. You know, some things just don't need to be penalised. That was just some incredible racing. And while yes, we did go off the track by a pixel or two, but being penalised for hard racing by a pixel is kind of destructive and takes away the fun of it, I would like to say. Either way, Audi has also overtaken a link. They're right up behind us. We're going to catch up to the Lavore, boosted up in front. Clearly, the Honda Civic has managed to gain that position and keep in front of them as well. Kind of getting a bit of entanglement with the Audi behind. I would say that's probably more our fault than theirs. I did move in the braking, but at least they wasn't harmed in the making of said situation. Here comes the interesting part. Getting a great run on the Lavore. Move over to the right to overtake. Lavore moves over quite late and defends. I move over to the left. They also move to the left. So I move back over to the right. They move back over to the right. So okay then, no problem. Your brakes no longer work. And also we go off track. Get a warning for severity. And no warning for the off track. Fair enough. Expecting a retaliatory move. Forgetting to brake in the optimal braking zone and go off the track. We also collected 1.6 second penalty, and I think that's totally worth it. It really is totally worth it. The car behind is rocking a 1.7 second penalty. You know, we're not going to overtake the Honda Civic. Even if we did, we had to find another 0.2 upon them. Whether we was able to or not on the final lap, I couldn't tell you. Boosted being 1 second away at the moment, rocking a now 1 second penalty, and it's going to go up to a 1.5 in any moment. There it is. We are clear, providing they don't also catch up another, well, within 0.3 seconds of ourselves, which I very much doubt is going to happen, because we're now in the slipstream of the Honda Civic up in front, and we're just going to start breaking away from that car behind. Honestly, let me know what you guys think about that situation with the Lavore down in the comments below. Do you think my behaviour was justified? Because as a lot of you know, that's not the kind of behaviour I like to enforce. But I saw that behaviour with the Honda Civic up in front as they couldn't get past. Then it happened to us, and I thought, you know what? I've had enough of this. If you're not going to commit to a fair and honest race, then you're going to go gardening. Thing is, they actually are catching up a little bit behind. While this Link could do with a much better tune, it's been very outdated for a long time, the tuning this car. It's still actually quite a competitive car overall. We're going to go side by side with a spoon liveried Honda Civic to our right. Have a little bit of contact with their rear end, and we do get pushed out wide. I'm not going to hold that against them though, because I think with our contact to their rear end, it reduced their steering ability. So more of a comings togethers, and the situation started to occur. But none of us were put at a disadvantage per se. So we're still here. We're still on the black stuff, and that's what matters. Car behind now 1.8 seconds away, still rocking a 1.5 second penalty, almost 2 seconds away. Absolutely brilliant news for us overall, which means we have secured position 4. Would it have also been awesome if we managed to overtake the Honda Civic and had no penalties? Oh, of course. But overall, in the grand scheme of things, this race has been absolutely insane. Started off in position 22, finishing off in position 4. Had a bit of funkiness in between, but we came out the other side. Going to head over to our next race now, which is at Road America, where things actually take a turn for the worse and pretty much flip the race on its head. But before we get there though, I'd like to take a moment out to thank our channel members, which are Andy Good, Sigmatic, Daniel Adams, Crazy 8, AK47, Spectral Rain, Tucker, and Hardbreak 2. Thank you guys ever so much for supporting the channel, and if you'd also like to be part of this leaderboard, hit that join button down below. Getting into Road America, starting off in position 2 again in the glorious, beautiful Link. It is the full circuit, getting a pretty good start off the line. Short length race, medium tyres, side by side with the launcher to our right. Turn 1 is going to be eventful, I reckon. If we're actually having a really great run on that launcher, no kidding. Right, going to tuck in right behind it, and hopefully me and the launcher, Northern Star, I've raced many times before. Very, very fair racer. Can work together to a certain degree, although I'm kind of pushing at the moment to see if I can get that P1 position. Wasn't going to happen. Let's tuck in behind and try and bump them down the track and try and get away from the cars behind. Really, as we have this straight to our advantage, it's kind of beneficial if we work together to a certain degree. Try and get away from that wolf-pack of cars right behind us. This corner can be extremely dicey. Brake a tad late or a little bit wide and fully goose up the moment we was right behind Northern Star. It happens. Either way, got a fart cam right up behind us, getting really close. Thankfully, no contact was made. Coming around his next corner now, almost flat out, just not having the confidence of the car that is needed to be able to carry the momentum. Defending into this corner now, breaking down the second gear, a little bit of contact with the fart can. Out the other side we go. Northern Star is going extremely wide through this section here, obviously pushing it to everything it's got to make sure they can also get away. Hopefully we are able to catch up to them and pretty much claim position 2 back and get away from the cars behind, but it wasn't meant to be, as RMS Hooker has managed to overtake Puxa, and comes in front and then brakes. So yeah, this happens. Firm believer of, if you go into the braking zone, don't go in front of a car that you're overtaking. Each to their own, of course, but we are under the firing lines of TCR Macons behind. Yeah, they're also on the link though, but I guarantee their tune is far better than ours, as contact has been made to the rear end of this car. I understand it's a beautiful place to be, but you don't need to look at it that much. And while it didn't come up that another collision had happened, they did go into the back of the car again. So I'm going to kind of squeeze them as they're coming through this section here, kind of make a bit of a point that constantly rear-ending the car in front of you, just not ideal. Like, you know, it's either way, they're off into wherever they're going because we're just not fast enough. We have a Marco behind who was in the fart can. Hopefully being position 4 is going to be our settling place overall, and we're not going to keep losing places. Quite a rough start to the race, but it is what it is. RMS Bush behind us now, so there we go, another team member in the race. That means we're going to lose this position at any moment. I have that feeling. We managed to overtake the fart can behind, and yeah, it looks like they're definitely closing in that gap behind us. Should have actually changed the car and gone with the Honda Civic. Probably would have stood a bit more of a chance with the RMS crew there. Who knows? Thing is, lost another position to RMS Firehawk, and now we have X3 Art No behind us also looking to overtake. X3 Art raced many times before, and we've had some incredible battles together. So I, got a lot of faith in X3 Art to pass safely, and be fair about it. As you can see, they backed out for that corner. Going to do the old switcheroo, gain up the other side, but we're going to have the inside of this final corner here. And if all goes well, we might actually go side by side and get out the other side in one piece. Exactly how it's supposed to happen. So, X3 Art No, hello again, my friend. It's great to see you. It's been a long time, actually, that we've raced together. Marco being 2 seconds away behind. So we are quicker than the usual pack of racers, but thankfully X3 Art is vacuuming us in to try and keep up. Don't think it's going to be keeping up all that long, or you never know your luck. I actually got a new livery on that car. It's kind of nice, so credit where credit is due. Coming down to the next corner, going to brake a little bit earlier. I wasn't sure where X3 Art was going to brake, but as long as we stay within the slipstream of that car ahead, we should be vacuumed back in and close that gate. Marco has been overtaken behind by Fabio. Hopefully Fabio isn't that much quicker. We can't afford to lose any more positions. Yeah, it's been one of those races where it's literally flipped on its head. It was totally unexpected that we'll get floored as we did. Thought we had an okay start to the race, and I thought the tune was better than what it actually is, but here it just feels very clumsy, and yeah, it's just not there. So obviously go back to the drawing board, sort this tune out, and away we go. Again, like I said, I think the tune's probably like 2 years old, it's really not a car I go in all that often. And yeah, thankfully that was not an off track. That was very close. Lost a lot of time from X3 Art due to said off trackness, but 1.4 seconds away, we are able to catch up to that. Puxa being 12 seconds away is long gone, and Fabio still 2 seconds away at the moment, which is ideal. That means that we're not going to be under pressure from the cars behind. We are on the final lap now though, so unless we fall off the track in this corner here, which there's always that possibility, pretty much got position 7 in the bag. Coming around this corner here now, 1.5 seconds away from the... Wow, that car is bright pink in that rearview mirror. Fabio, you have picked a colour that you'll never lose in a car park. My gosh, that car is going to stand out. It stands out here. At least we'd still finish in the top 10, is all I can say. It's just one of those races where it just didn't happen, you know, but it is what it is. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time. Goodbye.